We're going to do C now. With C, so going through joint C, let's see what we got. We already know RCY from before. So that's the one thing we already know. We know RCY. Again, so let's do forces in the Y, forces in the X. So sum of the forces in the Y direction. We know we have RCY. And the only other force we're going to have is E or CE, right? Because BC is horizontal. So we only have CEY is the only other one in the Y direction. That adds up to 0. Okay? All right, so now underneath it, RCY is going to be 775. We're going to bring, and that's positive, but 775 plus CEY is equal to 0, minus 775 from both sides. CEY is going to be, CEY has to equal negative 775. Good. Tension is going to be pulled away. Okay? All right. Now, scrolling down, so then we do the X direction. So in the X direction, we have a new color. Sum of the forces in the X direction, you're going to have BC and CEX. Right? Those are the only two forces in the X direction. So BC and CEX is equal to 0. Again, we just figured out. So this is another, if we look at just CE, okay, you have a 45, 45, 90. So this is a negative 775 here. This has to be a negative 775 there. Okay? So CEX, so BC is equal to, well, I skipped a step, sorry. BC plus CEX, and CEX is negative 775 equal to 0. So that means BC is equal to a positive 775 compression. Okay? All right. Now, let's skip ahead to the next one. Let's go to joint, what is that, E up there? Let's do E. So this is joint E. Okay? Joint E, we'll do sum of the forces in the Y. We have 500 pulling down right away. So we know we have a 500-pound force. That's a load. All right? We have CEY, which we'll put in, we'll just write a CEY, even though we already know the number. CEY right there. What else do we have in the Y direction? AE. AE, there's no bar going from A to E. BE. BE, and then those all have to add up to 0. Okay? We just figured out that CEY is negative 775. So I'm going to write it down below. So I have 500 plus negative 775 plus BE is equal to 0. I'm sorry, BEY. My bad. Okay? So then we add them together. That's a negative 225 plus BEY is equal to 0. Or basically, BEY is equal to positive 225. Okay? All right, so then we do the x direction. All right, sum of the forces in the x direction. What do we got? We have CEX. All right, what other forces do we have? What other beams do we have? We have, yep, DE. And we have BEX. Okay? Now, if you look at EB, so we have EB. I'm going to write two different colors for numbers here. We have distances and we have forces. Okay? The distance we have is, this is a 2 and this is a 3. All right? So we can get an angle from that. Inverse tangent of opposite over adjacent will get me my angle. So inverse tangent of 3 over 2 will get me whatever my angle is. So my angle is equal to what? So my angle is equal to 56 degrees. All right? Why do we need the angle? Because now I have to figure out what the horizontal piece was. I figured out the vertical piece, so now I write with red that this side here, okay, BEY, this is BE, BEY was 225. And I have the angle here. So if I want to figure out BEX, BEX is going to be equal to, well, I have a right triangle. Okay? I'm going to do it over, I'll just do it here. So BEX is going to be, I have an opposite here. I need an adjacent, so I'm going to do tangent. Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Or, and this is, we're going to do adjacent is equal to opposite over tangent theta. This is a kick in the pants. All right, I know this problem is more of a kick in the pants right now, but we can do it. Some of you. Yes, I am. Don't say that on the video. That's what I need. Remember, I got to get subscribers. I can't have negative things in my video feed. All right, I'm just joking. I don't have any subscribers. Nobody loves me. 225, and I haven't monetized anything yet. Like my teaching in general probably needs to be monetized. All right, so tangent 56 degrees. So we can do 225 divided by tangent 56 degrees. We get 151.7. All right. So BEX is 151.7. Bless you, bless you. So let's go back to this line here. Oh, I can't get the whole thing. Took too long. Because we didn't know BE. Does that make sense? We can't. A question was asked by a helpful student who's really paying attention. Why couldn't we just do Pythagorean theorem? And the problem is we don't know BE yet. So we couldn't just solve for BEX. All right? BE is the whole hypotenuse. We didn't know that yet. BEX, the only thing we knew was BEY, but we knew angles. So that's why I had to do SOHCAHTOA. All right, so now we can plug in our numbers. CEX was what? What do we get CEX to be from before? 975? Yeah. Negative 975? Bro. So we got that CEX was negative 775 or 975? 7. All right, so CEX was negative 775. DE we don't know. And BEX was 151.7. That equals 0. Yep. So add them together. Uh, 151.7 plus negative 775 is equal to negative 623 plus DE is equal to 0. So DE is equal to negative, or is equal to positive 623.